Hey everybody, it's me again. Today we're going to go over a word problem using division, and I'm going to show you how to do it using GATA, okay? I know it's a little different because you're not doing it physically on paper, so I'm going to show you how to do cube whenever you're doing it through the computer, okay, remotely. So Danielle is reading a 550-page book. She reads 25 pages every day. How many days will it take Danielle to read the entire book? Okay, so we have C, which is circle numbers and units. So that would be 550-page book. And then 25 pages. So here, obviously you're not able to circle online. So in the C spot, you're going to list it out. You're going to type in 550 page book and 25 pages. Okay, and then you move on to U. U is underline the question, which is how many days will it take Danielle to read the entire book? So since you're not going to be underlining, you're going to write your question here. Okay, so we filled in our question. B is box important information. So remember, whenever we're boxing, you go one sentence at a time. So Danielle is reading a 550-page book. Okay, so we already circled the numbers and units, and in that sentence, that's the most important information, so we won't need to box anything here. She reads 25 pages every day. Okay, so I feel like every day is pretty important to know. Okay, because it tells us how often she reads. Okay, and for B, so you're going to write the word every day. Okay, and then how many days will it take Danielle to read the entire book? Now we learned in about 3rd or 4th grade that how many is a key word. Well, in 5th grade, I want to know also the units that goes with that. So we're going to do how many days will it take Danielle to read the entire book? Okay, they're not just asking for 5 pages, 50 pages. They want to know about the entire book. So under B, you'll just put a comma. You'll put how many days. Comma, entire book. Okay, and E is eliminate irrelevant information. So the same thing like we do in B, where you go one sentence at a time, you're also going to do in E. So Danielle is reading a 550-page book. That all seems pretty relevant, right? It's pretty important. So we're going to go to our next sentence. She reads 25 pages every day. Well, we've already circled and boxed pretty much everything in that sentence, so obviously it's important as well. And the question is always going to be important, so you will never have to eliminate anything there. So all you have to do is just cross out E. There's nothing for you to write there. If there is something there, you would do the same thing as B. You would just write it out. okay? So A, you're going to draw your strip diagram. Remember, if you know your total, you are going to divide or subtract. If you do not, you are going to add or multiply. Okay, our total is given to us. It is 550. The other piece of information that we have is 25. So we're looking for this missing number right here. Okay, so like I said, if you know your total, you're going to divide or subtract. If you see the word each, you will definitely divide, okay? That's just a little fun fact, okay? In this case, we are dividing. Even though the word each is not in there, we are still dividing, okay? It is still up to your determination whether you know what you're going to do. So here, you're just setting up your problem. So it's 550 divided by 25. That's all you're doing in A. Now you're going to go to T, which is where you actually solve the problem. So you have 550 divided by 25. We're going to go over the steps for dividing. You're going to put place value lines in between your numbers, and then you're going to label the place value. So this is the ones, this is the tens, and this is your hundreds. Okay, so you're going to start with your furthest place value, which is 5. 5 divided by 25. It does not go into it evenly, so that's an automatic 0. If you have a 0 in your quotient, you can easily go to the next place value, okay? So that now turns it into 55. Okay, so you're doing 55 divided by 25. When you have 2 digits as your divisor, you will always make a T-chart. You are required to at least go up to 5. Okay, beyond that, we will determine if we need to keep going. Okay, so 1 times 25 is going to be 25. 2 times 25 is 50. 3 times 25 is 75. 4 times 25 is 100. And 5 times 25 is 125. Okay, we can stop there for now. We need to know how many times does 25 go into 55. You look at your T-chart, you need to find a number that's closest to 55 without going over. And in that case, it would be 50. So it goes into 55 2 times. So you're going to put 2 in the tens place. Your next step is to multiply. You're going to multiply 2 times 25, which is 50. Make sure you line up your numbers. Your next step is to subtract. 5 minus 0 is 5, and 5 minus 5 is 0. You will need to bring down your extra 0, which this number is now 50. Now we look at it again. How many times can 25 go into 50 without going over? And that's 2. So then you multiply 2 times 25, which is 50. Line up your numbers. You subtract. 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 5 is 0. There are no more place values that need to be filled. So that means you're done with your problem, and your quotient or answer is 22. So I always want you to circle your answer, okay? Just so I know if you understand the answer. Now A, I can infer the answer is blank because blank. This is where you justify your answer. Okay, so I can infer the answer is 22 because and you tell me what you did specifically. Divided 550 divided by 25. Okay, please make sure you're inputting those numbers and not just writing I divided. Okay, so that is how you complete a word problem using GATA. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks, bye.